Assassination Classroom, Season 1, Episode 14. I'm guessing it's for some kind of training. Oh, you were here too. Good. Oh, that's right, he wasn't there. Yeah, he cut class that day. That would have been interesting if he was. I thought there was a suspicious lack of wanting to murder a teacher. Wow, this is amazing. Oh, he made this. Okay, yeah. Probably took him 5 seconds. Oh man, the other classes are going to be so jealous. They're not allowed to have fun. And there it is. She said that very pleasantly, but it's not pleasant. Is that a compliment? I don't know what that means. I think there's two kinds of guys or occupations guys have that all guys who aren't doing it hate, that a lot of girls like. And that's precisely why the guys who don't do it hate it. And those are the guitar player and the photographer. They're so annoying. So I feel like guitar player has kind of fallen off a bit, but photography is rising. Photography just means so much more in the world of Instagram. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. There was a split second when he jumped in the pool that my brain treated it as something to be alarmed about, that he was shirtless. What did the camera do? What was the danger there? I mean the snap pics. What's the point here? What are we doing here? Imagine that killed him, like the aliens in Signs. Maybe he can't swim. I mean, he can swim, just physically, but maybe he doesn't know he can swim. He can't swim. You can't swim. You can't swim. Everyone knows you can't swim. This, well, wow, yeah, this is great. Water. I mean, he can figure out how to swim. You don't need to know how to swim if you're that physically incredible. He could just vanish the water. I think really this just plays into another already known weak point, which is his vanity. Yeah, I hope this is his episode. He stands out to me as one of the non-directly introduced characters that I really like. At first he seemed like the stereotypical bully. He obviously has a strong conscience. I don't remember him ever being cruel. He can be a little bit callous and very direct with his opinions, negative opinions. But most of the time, at least in recent episodes, there's been something to them. Like, I'm 100% with him in his incredulity about our resident iPad. Episode 14, Vision Time. And here he is bullying right after I said that. He's rebelling all alone. Lonely. I mean, he's right to have some reservations about all this. And then there was one. This sounds a little bit tryhard, but which is slow for me, but I tolerate it because it's so cool. Oh yeah, this sucks. You all betrayed me. He's being a bully. That was really mean. I picked the wrong time for like a guess at his character. Alright, what's behind it though? What's behind it? We gotta reach him. This is humiliating, this whole thing, just from start to finish. I think that means he can play a valuable role in this classroom, and Koro Sensei can see it. Oh, but he does though. Oh, that's dirty. I'm disappointed. Was it the bug spray can? Good days when no one had any expectations of us and we were coasting. You had to bring it up specifically?
牛を殺すビジョンを持った狼には勝てない。
That struck a nerve, probably because there's a lot to it. Or at least he worries there's a lot to it. Or maybe he doesn't worry at all. Maybe he's just a cow-chewing crud, like they said. He just wants things easy. Up until now, I was projecting that he was principled. But man, making a deal with Meta Knight over here, not a good look. You sick? Is it the bug spray? He's been poisoned. Real poison. We found poison. You're a little close. A lot of ingesting other people's fluids in shows I'm watching lately. Don't they split it one or the other? They have to be involved? No, we're going. This is a serious problem. Like, you need to go to whatever your hospital is. Leaving me out of things. Like big shots. Oh, that vision comment really riled him up.
計画に自信を持ってる様子だった。けど、自分に自信を持ってるようには見えなくて、喋る言葉もなんだか借り物のようで、ちぐはぐさに。
Is that even your idea, or is it something Snake told you? Again, is it even your idea or something Subaru told you? Everyone just retreats into their small ponds, afraid of a larger forum, repeating whatever convenient half-truths they've been told. Yeah, I guess if you've given up, if you just want to capitulate, there's some comfort in that. Speaking of ReZero, that having to entertain new information that actually is a positive thing for you is threatening, defender of your own prison, etc.
He made
you swim. Should never given this man power. He could clear the water out of there before he even lands, if they can even touch him to knock him in. You can't just see, you're not like, well, I guess you can sense them there. You can probably sense the sensor. Maybe you can smell it. Yeah, you're definitely on Koro Sensei's radar right now. Persona! That's pretty clever. Betrayed by authority once again. You know who wouldn't betray you? Yeah, running a little bit low. Most of it is on that kid. You did this though. You took the easy way out. Made a deal with the devil. You weren't even smart enough to have your own terrible plan. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Cold. Can help them. Yeah. Just sit there and think about what you've done, traitor. They changed the water as well? Haha. This is not a rematch to see who's stronger unless you lose, which you will. You did? I love how I said that he's not a bully. This is so great. He's like, yeah, I was a bully and I am a bully. And that runs its course one way or the other, regardless of school. It ceases to be threatening at a certain point, and it just looks sad. He wants to pull people down with him. Lonely. Who's the real monster? Man, we lost her whole identity to nerds. He actually had that foresight, it's amazing. Nah, but surprisingly they love it too. Yeah, it's amazing. This whole school. To the principal's credit, I guess. Got bossed around. It's weird, but I kind of want to get through this fight as quickly as possible so we can get back to this character because it's interesting. I think we've already proven that Koro Sensei is stronger if he's doing this despite all these weaknesses. Token chubster, that's severe.
いつヘビーで太ましいから危ねえぞ。
Just going in.
目的もビジョンもねえ短絡的なやつは頭のいい奴らに操られる運命なんだよ。
That's honest.
奴らはコリムリだ。賞金持っていかれんのもやっぱ気に入らねえ。だからカルマ、てめえが俺を操ってみせろや。
I guess he needed this.
完璧に実行してあそこにいるのを助けてやら。
いいけど実行できんの？
There is no time to deliberate. We might lose our token chubster.
よくも俺を騙してくれたな。
Why did he open his shirt? Thought there was a reason for that at first, but now he's just here shirtless.
イトナ、てめえ俺と対
Oh,
話。
okay, here it is.
やめなさい寺坂君、君が勝てる相手じゃない。
He may be just a distraction.
俺たち生徒を殺すのが目的じゃない。生きているからこそ殺先生の集中力をそげるんだ。原さんも一見危険だけど
Someone rescue Hara.
気絶する程度の触手は食らうけど、逆に言えばスピードもパワーもその程度。
Took one for the team. Bless you.
寺坂のやつ、昨日と同じ
Oh, that's really
サイズの
smart.
ままなんだ。ってことは変なスプレーの成分を至近距離でたっぷり浴びたシャツだってことだ。
Wait. Aw, that's kind of sad in an endearing way that he wore the same shirt 2 days in a row. Also scary that Karma recognized that. He also figured out it was that pollen stuff.
同じことやり返せばいいわけだ。
Yeah, that's how they know Koro's weaknesses. Presumably. Can he also not swim? He's weak to water.
あんたらのハンデが少なくなった。でどうすんの？
Why are we defending Koro Sensei
俺ら
though?
も賞金持って
Logistically.
かれんの嫌だし。
Okay. I think this shows where their hearts really are, their priorities. He said money, but homeschool kids, am I right?
まだまだ奥の手はありましたがね。
Yeah, obviously.
寺坂君、さっき私のこと散々言ってたね。ヘビーだとか太ましいとか。
I think token chubster were the subtitles words.
てめえも高いところから見てんじゃねえよ。
何すんだよ上司に向かって。
Karma did just save, well, the two of them saved everyone.
寺坂君は高いところから計画を練るのに向いていない。
He's a good soldier.
彼の良さは現場でこそ発揮されます。
And he could be really loyal when he gets turned around.
実行部隊として成長が楽しみなアサシンです。
寺坂君がかなり乱暴だけどクラスに馴染んできた。
I don't think he's just taking on things, always.
そのことが内心では嬉しくて、クラス全員がその時は見落としてたんだ。
I mean, okay, I was wrong about him not being a bully,
もっと大きなコロ先生の最大の弱点を。
but it never felt like he didn't belong, or that he wasn't one of them, though he may have felt that himself, because those are his concerns about his life, it seems. That he doesn't have a place, that he's not going to be able to get by, that his tactic that he knew for so long stopped working, which is real. There's an element of that in Subaru's backstory, speaking of which. These little personality games, they can work, but if it's not genuine, people figure it out, and then it becomes kind of repulsive and sad. It can be really lonely and infuriating when you feel like you're the only one who doesn't see things that way. If you think school is stupid, like I did, and you're surrounded by people who really care about school to the point where they're treating it with an absurd reverence that to you misses all points. If you're one, not fully resolute in who you are and what you think, maybe because a lot of your angst towards it is not actually coming from reason, but emotion, even though you don't want to admit it, and your own worries about yourself and your own capabilities. And two, you don't actually have any proof or confirmation that your view is the correct one in terms of output, then the reaction is often just extreme bitterness and you want to see the whole thing burn. Which was hit on with the comment about how he doesn't have any confidence in himself. That probably is the real driving force. This episode is nice for him because it gives him a place, at least. He's not alone. And I think with that edge kind of softened, he actually becomes a great contribution with his differing skills and outlook, etc. The nice little character arc here is taking an active role in his own choices, but in a better way. He had given that up on that initial failure, which resonates with me. I understand that. You rely on this one simple trick that everyone hates to get everything you want, and then the game evolves and it doesn't work forever. But you've leaned on it for so long, you're like, what the hell am I gonna do now? I guess this is just impossible and it wasn't built for someone like me. Also, it's really great. It makes total sense about how he's a bully and his biggest fear is being bullied. That can flow in both directions, right? The more sympathetic reading of that is like, it's the fear of being bullied that leads to the bullying. The fear of being useless or powerless, or that if you let anyone in, if you let anyone have any kind of leverage over you, you're in danger, probably based on past experience. So you just gotta go in there and dominate. Then of course the irony is that you're so 2D, so simple in your approach and your thinking, not giving people nearly enough credit, and are so emotional that you become the one that's easy to dominate. It's hard to know exactly how far ahead Koro Sensei is, even though we know that's very far ahead. The conspiratorial part of me wants to believe that Koro Sensei knew how the events would play out from the beginning and just let it happen. He's just get a lesson.